of words, we're going to call ourselves the Iowa Center. So at the Iowa Center, we provide business education and resources, access to capital, and networking and advocacy for our clients. And one of those things that we launched this year, thanks to Emily, is this First Friday series. So we appreciate very much the opportunity to collaborate with the partnership, and as we take this First Friday series kind of on the road, and to be able to be here today. So short and sweet and to the point, I'm going to hand this over to Meg, and then we're going to get started and get to hear from Tricia.
Thanks. Thank you. Meg Schneider here on behalf of Greater Des Moines Partnership. Thanks for coming down today to hear today's story. We too appreciate that this is Emily's brainchild here, and being able to step in as a co-sponsor of this. Telling these stories is so important to helping others and enabling their success in this in the region. And that's really what we're all about here, is growing, strengthening, and diversifying the central Iowa economy for all of us to be successful in our endeavors. So I just want to point out a couple of things on your table. There's a great brochure from the Iowa Center, which they'll probably touch on later. We do have at the partnership a Top 5 for Small Business series. It's a monthly learning, this exact same room, just ticking off those different topics that we have to address as small business owners. You know, there's many, many things that come with small business ownership, so helping you work through some of those types of things. And then we just announced our a fall Small Business Success Summit in November, so we'll have 2 keynotes, different tracks, again, focusing on all those different aspects, all those fun things that come with small business ownership. So hopefully you can join us for that. And with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Emily so we can have some introductions and get going with the program here. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Meg. I'm Emily. I'm with the Iowa Center, and this is Tricia, owner of Trixie's and Dreamcatcher Foundation. And before we launch into our discussion, I like to take the opportunity to go around. Is this mic on now? I don't know where I'm talking. I like to take the opportunity to go around the room and hear from all of you guys who you are, where you work, or what you're passionate about and into, and if you feel so moved, maybe why you're here. So, thank you.
Pass that around.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Holly Norian. I'm a one-woman graphic design entity called Fancy Fox, and hey, I keep seeing people I know. The more networking events you go to, the more you see people you know, which is really fun. What was I supposed to say? Oh, and I'm also super into health and wellness. I did an adventure triathlon on Saturday, and I'm still pretty pumped about it. So it's another passion of mine.
Hi, I'm Craig Light. I'm Director of Sales with the Homewood Suites by Hilton in Ankeny. And I love this woman up front. She's been such a good role model and community leader and chamber representative. And so I was just excited. I couldn't miss this for the world.
I'm Marianne Kennedy. I own Primary Source. Our tagline is promotional products with a purpose, and that purpose is helping your business be more successful by putting your logo message on a variety of promotional products, client thank you gifts, and referral gifts. Our showroom is at 104th and Hickman in Urbandale. So you can come and see me if you want to add some pizzazz to your marketing. I, too, have been a longtime chamber member and find a lot of value in the networking and the education that they offer. So come back if this is your first time.
Hi, I'm Kelly Foss. I'm the director of the Downtown Farmers Market, and I get to work with many, many entrepreneurs from around the state. And so I have a passion for entrepreneurship. I myself also love Tricia and have known her since she was just a little girl, and have seen her grow up and blossom into the wonderful woman she is today. So I also could not miss it.
Tricia fans are here. I'm Beth Montpass. I'm a life coach, and I work with women who are exhausted and tired, and I feel like we are better together. So I'm here. I see my name coming up on the First Friday agenda in December, and so I'm here to check it out, and I'm also a Tricia fan. Thanks.
I'm Taylor. I'm with the Des Moines East and South Chamber, and Tricia's has been a longtime member with us. I just started last year, so I've gotten to know Tricia over the past year, and I'm really interested to hear her speak today.
Hello, I'm Sadie Tritton. I am the president and CEO of the Des Moines East and South Chamber of Commerce. So we're proud to have Tricia as our past chair and longtime board member and chamber member. She's my stylist, she's my friend, she's my mentor, she's everything. So I'm excited to be here to support her.
Hi, my name is Alex Heon. I'm the marketing associate with a group called Food Dudes. We've been here for about a year. And in case you guys didn't know, we deliver food for 70 plus restaurants around Des Moines that don't deliver. And I'm here in place of my boss, Kate Hansen. She couldn't make it, unfortunately. But our, I guess, objective would be threefold. I think if you have a digestive system, you're a potential customer for us, and you're a potential person that could be benefited from our service, especially if you like local places around here. We really try to emphasize supporting local businesses. Two, we help restaurant owners with our extensive network of customers and the ethos that comes with us to try to partner with them and enter into a mutually beneficial relationship where their customer base can integrate with ours with theirs, all that good stuff that comes from being a Des Moinesian. And lastly, even if you don't have a digestive system or a restaurant business, we can still benefit you guys because we really have been, in the past couple months, trying to network through philanthropy-oriented kind of events and just utilizing our network to connect people. We are with almost every major chamber of commerce in the Des Moines metro area besides Pleasant Hill, Clive, and Norwalk. And we are going to get our own ribbon-cutting ceremony for having been here 1 year this October. And I would love to tell you guys more about that if you have time afterwards to ask me.
Awesome. My name is Jacob Rep. I'm with New York Life. I do financial planning, but I'm really passionate about connecting people. It's one of my passions. And small businesses. I've only known Tricia for like a month, but her story is amazing. I love her, and so here I am.
Hi, I'm Jill Lippincott. I know a few of you because I run a program for the state of Iowa for supporting targeted small businesses. So those are women and minority-owned businesses or businesses owned by individuals with disabilities or service-disabled veterans. Tricia is a targeted small business. So we're excited to share her story more, and we have a lot of just benefits for small businesses that fit in those categories, either when doing state contracting or working with our partners, such as the Iowa Center, resources for networking or just marketing your business. So we're excited to see small businesses and targeted small businesses growing.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Owens, and I am a clinical supervisor and marriage and family therapist with Mosaic Family Counseling Center.
I'm Barry Lloyd, and I also work at Mosaic, and I do billing, and I'm also teaching yoga and trauma-sensitive yoga.
I'm Kim Fankhauser. I work here at the Greater Des Moines Partnership. I have a couple of different hats. I support the economic development team, as well as Mike Caldwell. He works with many entrepreneurs. And so we have another event, Startup Stories, that's here every third Wednesday of the month that you might want to check it out if you're in that entrepreneurial mode.
I'm Sarah Gaskell, and I'm currently with Iowa Realty, which is a lot like having your own small business. But in a former life, I started a small retail boutique design business when my daughter was 3 months old. And she's now 12, so I have a lot of firsthand experience with what you go through as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur. I'm married to an entrepreneur, so it's not easy, but it's rewarding. So it's great to stay connected with events like this because it keeps you motivated and inspired. And yeah, and I have to tell you, when I read your name on this is my second First Friday, but I was like, oh my God, that's Trixie from the radio ads. So I wanted to come here and meet you in person.
Hi, everybody. My name is Deanne Bryce, and I consider myself a serial entrepreneur. I've had 2 businesses in the past, and I'm just starting a business that combines both of those businesses. Really about being innovative between the interaction between food and people. It's a food business, but you know how the people are involved, how the employees are involved. So I'm super excited about that, and I wanted to come see Tricia because I met her through Dress for Success, which if you don't know that organization, you'll get to hear about it in a minute when somebody introduces themselves. And I also got my hair styled there today, too. this morning. So I'm showing off. Her stylist, Amanda. No, Sarah. Sorry.
Hello, my name's Nicholas Warren. I'm a hair, makeup, and performance artist here in Des Moines. I just became self-employed as of this week, so I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited to get this off to a good start by attending this meeting. And yeah, I'm excited to learn from all you guys.
Hi, I'm Mason Kessinger. Emily's my wife. And so I'm here in that capacity, but also a past small business owner. And I work over at Gravitate. I work remotely for an auction house in Chicago doing web design, web development, and project management. So
I'll stand so you can actually see me. Hopefully, I'm tall for a short person. I'm Angie Johnson. I'm actually the Chief Performance Officer and President of my own entrepreneurial company. I decided to start my own business after 20 years in the healthcare industry, 10 years in long-term care. I'm tired. One thing that I found is that we don't develop our leaders. We find shining stars within our group, and then we put them in a position of managerialship and leadership, and then go, they're not doing a great job 6 months later. I've made that mistake myself, so I decided to help others not make that same mistake. So that is why I decided to start my own consulting company. I love working with females, individuals, and supporting each other. I think that's one thing we don't do well enough or often enough is supporting other women. And as women, we have a hard time when somebody walks up to us and says, I love your shoes today and I love your necklace. We go, thank you. So that is one of the things that I hope to do. And I don't know who's in this room for Dress for Success, but I need to talk to you. I have 2 tubs at my house that I have been holding on to get to Dress for Success. So we need to talk. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liz Hoyt, and I started a company called Concierge Nails. I visit people who have mobility limitations, disabilities. They can't make it to the salon, but hey, everyone's nails keep growing. And we also provide friendly companionship. So it's not just about taking care of their nails and making them look good, but also to make them feel good and have fun while we're there.
Hello, my name is Deshara Bohanna, and this is my second First Friday. What brought me here was reading Tricia's story, and I just wanted more. I recently started a company called Design Fetish by Deshara, and I design luxury wreaths for every occasion, new arrivals, babies, every season, everything you can think of. So I'm here for Tricia, but I'm just enjoying the space while I'm in it.
Hi, my name is Jen Dong. I am a marketing and communications intern at Terracon right now. I just graduated in May from Grinnell. And I'm really curious about finding the intersection between sciences and communication because I also love connecting people. And I'm here today because Emily introduced me to First Fridays, and I'd love to hear more about what Tricia has to say.
Hola, buenas tardes. Yo soy Olga Sánchez y quiero decir que hago interpretación y traducción en español e inglés. Hello, I'm Olga Sanchez. I do interpretation, Spanish and English, and I'm here to learn how to go about setting up this whole business. But I do want to say, buenas tardes, Nicolas. I didn't recognize you with your haircut. He is an excellent hairstylist. I lost you. I didn't know you weren't around, so he didn't do this one, but he's excellent. And I want to know where he's at.
Good afternoon. I'm Rita Grimm. I'm COO and Chief Legal Counsel at Iowa Economic Development Authority. And I'm hoping that Jill would disagree with you that we don't support women and try to build them and help them along. Because I think we found a shining star in Jill, and we're trying. Honestly, I'm trying to keep her going because I don't want her to leave. The reason I'm here, I have a couple things. I have a couple of passions. I'm very passionate about the Iowa Center. What it kind of comes down to is when Debbie and the governor sit down and talk about, hey, this would be a great program, this would be a great thing to do, let's, for women, entrepreneurs, et cetera, they say, oh, hey, I'll bet we could get the Iowa Center to do that. and it has worked beautifully for us. So we've had some great collaborations with the Iowa Center, and we hope to continue to do that. Also very passionate about entrepreneurialism, particularly women-owned businesses. Women are a great resource in the state, and doggone it, we're not mining our resources like we should be. So I'm glad to see you all here, and I'll shut the heck up now.
Hi, my name is Heather Jones. I'm the general manager of DSM Brew Coffee Company. We're in the 300 MLK building. And Deanne is one of our awesome pastry people. She does all of our vegan pastries for us, so I was very excited to see her. And Kelly and I met Angie this morning. So everybody that has been in the shop already, you have no idea how much I appreciate you being in there and giving us business. I'm passionate about racial equity as well, so I try to bring that into what we do at DSM Brew, and I will pass the mic.
Hi, my name is Aisha Rucker, and I'm an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories. I'm new to the company, but I've done a few venues in town and set up at other events, and I'd like to continue to do that. So I'm just networking here to find out what else is out there that I might be able to be a part of, and this is my first Friday, so thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jody White. I'm the founding partner and executive director of Dress for Success Des Moines. I am here because Tricia is an amazing supporter of our organization, and my kids just went back to school on Wednesday. I saw this pop up and said, I have a free afternoon to listen to a beautiful woman. So that is why I'm here. So thank you. That's
Hey, my name is Brett Sickink. I just moved back to Des Moines after living in Mexico for 6 years. I was in Mexico City teaching economics and philosophy, and I'm leaving the classroom for a while and taking a look at what's out there.
Hi, I'm Lori Lawler. I'm new to Des Moines as well. I just moved back from living in LA for 15 years. I'm passionate about small businesses, supporting them, and now wanting to create my own. So I'm here to learn, and this is my first meeting or class, so it's good to be here and meet as many people as I can. Mostly family, but I'm from Fort Dodge, but I've never lived in Des Moines. But family, and then just timing in my life career, yeah.
I'm Tori Riley. I've come from Jefferson. I've got my own independent news source. It's online publishing, Greene County News Online. I'm coming up on my 4th anniversary of launch, and I'm here just to get some sparks and some motivation. I'm over the original pains of birth, but need to grow it, so I'm looking for ideas.
I'm Chris Henning. I lived in Des Moines 25 years and have lived in Jefferson, where I came from, for almost that long. I'm a farmer, farmer's market person, local foods. Most recently retired, and I'm working on a house to be a bed and breakfast or some sort of lodging along the Raccoon Valley Trail.
Hi, my name is Jenny Schmidt, and I also recently moved back to the Des Moines area from the Quad Cities. I have my own management consulting business, so I'm really passionate about helping managers to come up with a staffing plan as they're growing and make sure they get the right people at the right time, and also with team building.
Hi, I'm Whitney Warren. I own Ivory House Photography, and I specialize in making people feel comfortable and confident in front of the camera.
And our other two folks here have waived their right for an introduction in order to get on with the show.
Okay, so we have to hear from the woman of the hour, Tricia. What's your story? How did you go into business and entrepreneurship?
Sure. Well, I was hoping Tiffany was going to talk a little bit about her story. So, Tiff, raise your hand, just real quick. Okay, so Tiff has been my best friend since we were in 6th grade. Probably about 15 years ago, when East Village was first starting to become East Village, every Sunday we would have coffee and breakfast, and we would talk about our dreams. What we were going to do, how we were going to help the East Village flourish. I was going to open up a hair salon, and she was going to open up a yoga salon. And we didn't open up in the East Village. At this time, things kind of went off track. I had my middle child was diagnosed with epilepsy. And so that took up a little bit of my time. So obviously God had a different purpose for me. And I stayed where I was at Salon Vesta and Day Spa in Ankeny, Iowa. And I was there for 8 years. I was ready to move back to the South Side. I commuted back and forth to Ankeny, loved working at Salon Vesta, loved being in the Aveda network. And again, going back to Tiff and I talking about our dreams, it was just, honestly, I wish I could bottle it up and tell you guys, I woke up one morning, I'm like, this is the time. And I remember calling Tiffany and saying, we're doing this. We are doing it. You know what? If I fall flat on my ass, that's okay. Because I would rather have tried than not tried at all. Sincerely, yes. Give us all a round of applause, that's for sure. So at this time, in 2010, we opened Trixie's on the South Side. And then last September, we opened Trixie's Uptown. And then in May, we opened up Trixie's Altoona. So yes, I am crazy. My husband is crazy. Our children are crazy. And so are our friends that support us. But you know what? I would not change a thing. I love being an entrepreneur. I absolutely love being with people like you guys, because look around the room. These are your leaders. These are the people that you should be networking from. These are the people that you should be learning from. I'm not a coffee person. I'm a whiskey person. So if you want to have whiskey, I'm kind of coffeeed out. Call me and we'll go to the Republic on Grand. So these are the people that you should be connecting with. These are the people that you should be learning from. And as far as, do you want to know about dream catchers?
In a second, I have to continue on your thread of opening Trixie. So it's 2010, you're like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
How do you know what you're doing? Like, do you start looking at spaces on the South Side? Did you know you wanted to be on the South Side? How did that go for you?
So I first reached out to SBA. Who in this room has reached out with SBA before?
Small Business Administration. There you go.
Someone had recommended something in here about resources, that we don't take advantage of them. I think it was this woman here in the back. We have so many resources in the state of Iowa that we do not take advantage of. Again, in this room, you guys, these people are your resources. You should be asking them questions. And, we have Emily, and we have Meg, and we have Jay, we have Sadie with the chamber. All of those people are resources. It takes one email. It takes one connection. Hey, how do I apply for a loan? Hey, who do I contact for an attorney? What about an accountant? All you have to do is ask. Because I can tell you, someone as myself, I have all of those listed. I've been in business for 10 years. I have those contacts. So if you need them, just reach out.
So as you get started, did you look at a bunch of spaces? Did you know you wanted to be on the Southeast side first?
Born and raised on the South Side. I'm a proud South Sider. And funny little story. When we were opening, I did have, the first bank that I went to had said to me, why do you want to open up on the South Side? And I thought, dude, you want me to pull out my knife right now? Because you know what? I will knife you. I will knife you right here in this office. That's the South Side girl coming out. But I said, you know what? I want to, because I was born and raised on the South Side. I love the South Side. And we didn't have an Aveda salon on the South Side, so what a niche. I mean, that's me being a smart businesswoman. There is no Aveda salon on the South Side. Of course I'm gonna open up a salon. And I have to tell you, it was the best decision. The community has supported us from the very, very beginning. The chamber has supported us from the very beginning. But because we've also supported them. It makes a huge difference, you guys. If you own a business, we are on a platform to support our community. And if you're not, I want you to rethink that. And if you don't know how, again, I want you to ask, because it's our job to support the community that is supporting us.
So you sign a lease.
Yep.
And 4 years go by before you open your next location. Did
7 years.
Oh, 7 years.
7 years.
Okay. And did they go as you planned?
Oh, hell no.
So tell us some things you learned along the way. Maybe some stories of things that happened or didn't work out.
Leadership. Biggest one. people that I thought that I could instantly put into leadership, they were not ready. And because I didn't give them the skills to be performing how I wanted them to perform. Money, startup cost. I definitely could have had a lot more money to start up with. Now, we were very successful in our very first year, but I wish I would have been more educated on that aspect, educated on a P&L, time management. How could I have worked my lease to benefit me more? Even working with my accountant, I wish that, there's definitely questions that I would have asked on that. Marketing. I spent way too much money on marketing, when in my business, it's word of mouth. Now, along the way, it has definitely helped me. People recognize my voice from Trixie's or from the radio. So that definitely has helped. But spending my money wisely and using I call them buckets, and in those buckets of money, knowing where that's going. If I don't need to spend this bucket of money, why am I spending it? That would probably be one of the biggest ones.
And so coming from a prior salon that you did not own or manage to opening your own, did you do anything differently? Structurally or with internal organization?
One thing that I've learned, though, is that Sherry was the owner, and Sherry Driscoll is still the owner of Salon Vesta, and her and I are still very, very close. The things that she would say as an employee, I'd be like, oh gosh, whatever, really? I don't deserve a raise right now, really? You can't buy this for me, really? No, really, I can't. And that's the hard part. That's when the reality sets in. So yeah, there were things that I changed as far as decor, what my mission was, what my culture was. Those things changed. But as far as with being a wonderful leader, I learned that from her. After the fact, and knowing now, she was only trying to teach us to be wonderful businesswomen.
Mm-hmm. And so what is your mission? Can you share that with us?
You know what? We are actually in the process of changing that up, so I don't want to share it.
Oh.
Because we've had the same one for 7 years, and we're going to do a whole relaunching of what our mission is.
Well, we'll stay tuned.
Yes.
For the big reveal.
Yes. Yep. But we have 3 words. So it's hair, philanthropy, and makeup. So those are the 3 things that we do stand for. So.
Okay. And so you mentioned philanthropy. Then tell us about Dreamcatcher.
So Dreamcatchers, I was volunteering for hospice for 5 years, and I was doing respite care. And so respite care is where you go in and sit with the patients while their loved ones have to run errands or just need some time for themselves. And then I also started to get involved with cutting hair for the patients. Went up to Francie's. Again, it was Tiff, Sadie, another girlfriend of ours, and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm thinking about starting a nonprofit. What do you guys think? And I said the need is so great for needing hairstylists. I'm sure you all know what it feels like to get your hair done. And it's one of those things that you still want to feel that way even when you're dying. And it's not only cutting hair for the patients, but it's also cutting hair for the loved ones. So what we do, we provide up to 6 free services a year for the patient and for their caregivers. So we can go to hospice. We work very closely with Children's Cancer Connection. Last month, we served 286 kids at the Cancer Connection Camp, and we were their glam squad.
Wow.
So we did hair and makeup and crowns and stickers, and I get very emotional when I talk about it because, quite honestly, if I was to win the lottery tomorrow, I would sell the salons, and I would do that full time because that's how near and dear it is to my heart. And I have a gift, as you all have a gift to share, and we all have a purpose on this earth to serve each other, and I would love to be able to do that sincerely all the time.
And so when did you start that?
That was 2.5 years ago.
Wow. And how did you structure that? How did you know how to find a board of directors?
Great question.
Yeah.
Drake University. again, just by asking. Drake University is the one that helped us. They helped us set up our board. They, I mean, literally walked us through everything.
Through their law library?
Through their law.
Yeah.
Actually, the students.
Okay.
So the students earn credit while they are helping nonprofits get set up. And can I tell a story just real quick?
Do
Sadie
it.
and Tiff know this story. So who was the gentleman that we worked with? Chip Lowe.
Yeah.
Called Chip, and I'm telling him my story. It's like, you know what, we're full. We're full. And I'm like, oh gosh, okay. You know, you're gonna have to wait till next year. He goes, but just go ahead and tell me what it is that you're doing. And I told him, and literally before I got off the phone, he said, we'll make room. So again, I'm a very spiritual person, and I knew right then and there that it was something that our purpose was to do this, and it was meant to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And so did that go as you thought it would, getting it started?
Well, we were told that it would take about 6 months for us to receive our exempt. We received it in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So things
That's
moved.
from the IRS.
That's
so
from the IRS.
So you can be an official.
Yep, so tax exempt.
Yeah.
Yep, and so we are C3. And everything moved very, very quickly, probably quicker than what we would have thought or wanted also, because as soon as the word got out, we were serving everybody. So we kind of got off of our mission for a while, okay? So we were serving the homeless, we were serving veterans, we were serving anyone that was in need of a haircut. Probably about a year ago, we went back to the board and we said, you know what? We need to get back to our mission. We need to get back to who we are. What is our purpose of serving people? And we can serve those other people as we do with Trixie's. We were helping the Yes Foundation, so serving the homeless children. But we needed to get back to our mission. So that's definitely something that we would learn. And as a nonprofit, you want to serve everybody. You don't want to tell anybody no. But with that, you're not serving the people that is aligned with your mission. And we did learn that quickly.
So do the stylists of Trixie's support dream catchers?
They do.
In full? Is it part of their sort of employee obligation, or how does that work?
So in our handbook, we have 8 paid hours of volunteer, and they can use that whatever they would like to. We volunteer probably 2 times a month with some type of organization, whether it be that Trixie's is set up or they have wanted to do on their own. We're doing hair and makeup for Dress for Success here in the next couple weeks. We have our nonprofits that we love to work closely with, and we've built those relationships. Hospice, on the other hand, though, some of our stylists don't like to do that. It's very personable. It's very emotional. There's not a time that I leave there that I don't cry, or a patient is crying, or the patient's caregivers are crying. You know, these people normally are going to pass away, and to get that call is very emotional too. So that's not so much up all of our stylists' alley. Now, we serve a lot of our veterans. We work very, very closely with our veterans and offer them haircuts, and then work closely with the homeless.
So do stylists come to you sometimes at Dreamcatchers and say, I work for this salon, but I'd love to volunteer my time?
So we are always looking to partner with people. We would love partnering salons. We would love nail technicians. We love to work with other stylists. This is not a Trixie's nonprofit. This is a Des Moines nonprofit. This is something that is grassroots led, and we want it to serve the community.
And so have you had to recruit for that, or has
Yes,
it been?
oh my gosh, yes. Yes, we have.
It's not a build it and they come kind of thing? Don't we all wish it was that way?
I wish. Yes, that would be fantastic. Yes, we are constantly doing recruiting. We are constantly thinking of new ways to do press kits, constantly looking at ways to make new connections. Again, you know, what was your name again, my dear? Liz. I did not know there was anything out there, you know, that offers nails for terminally ill. And, you know, so you don't know that stuff until you come to this stuff and you make those connections. So, yes, we are constantly recruiting.
Well, and on that level, because it has to do a little with marketing, from the Trixie's perspective, to jump back to that, I'm on the email list, and you guys do a great job with email marketing. You send out about an email a week. So if you're looking to kind of see what good deals are or what you guys are offering, how did you amp that up, and who manages it now?
So Hannah is my manager at Uptown, and she's also a stylist. She's been with me since we opened. Hannah and I do all of our social media. So we are constantly taking classes on social media, reading about social media. Her and I both love it, so that makes a huge difference. But again, there's people in this room that if social media is not your, thing that you enjoy to do, you can pay someone else to do it. And what's nice is they can set you up on a calendar. Has everyone heard of Hootsuite? So Hootsuite has been a lifesaver for us also. But a lot of times people like stuff that is instant. They like to see a picture that's instant. They like to see our makeovers. They like to see our before and after pictures. They like to see what we're doing in the salon. And don't make it repetitive. Constantly be doing something different. Add some personality to it. I will sometimes just out of the blue add a picture of my child or my dog. If I like my dog better than my children that day or my husband. I'll make it very personable. It's such an intimate relationship. Social media is such an intimate relationship. It really, really is. And again, it's not everybody's cup of tea. We love it. So we're constantly learning ways on how to do better at it.
And so you mentioned at first you had allocated a lot of money to marketing and actually spent it on marketing. When did you wake up and say, okay, this isn't working, and decide to cut back on that?
Yeah. So a couple years ago, we hired, they're called World Class Financial. And this is one thing that you guys, I would highly recommend, whether it be with your lawyer or your accountant or both. You want to have someone that represents you that specializes in your industry. Okay, I would highly, highly recommend that specializes in your industry. So we work with World Class Financial. They specialize in Aveda salons, so they know all of our benchmarks. So let's say marketing's at 4%, we were like at 15%.
Wow.
With Trixie's.
Looking at your
allocated
dollars and P&L.
Looking at our P&L, looking at our allocations, again, the buckets of money.
Sure.
We were spending too much money, way too much money. And let's be honest, word of mouth is free. Word of mouth is free. Facebook, social media, it's not free as far as with time, but as far as with monies, it is free. And that's what people want anyways, is the social media.
And do you do direct mail ever?
We have done direct mail. We just did a huge campaign in Altoona, direct mailer. Huge success.
Targeting the Altoona zip
Targeting
codes.
the Altoona and Pleasant Hill zip code. Okay. And we did that through Allegra Print and Imaging, who we do all of our stuff with, Allegra Print Marketing, I should say. And
Amy, who works there, has spoke at the Iowa Center.
Yes. Amy is a wealth of knowledge, and we've worked with her for 10 years. She is fantastic. We also did a direct mailer at Uptown. We had about a 10% return on our investment, which is phenomenal for direct mailer.
And how did you know that? Like, how do you track that? They literally had to bring in the postcard?
Nope.
Oh.
No.
There you go.
It's always evolving. Always evolving, always evolving. So with, they have a code. So when they call in on this telephone number, it then redirects to Trixie's and it tracks everything. It can even track if they have not used the coupon. So when they haven't, here in the next 3 to 6 months, they'll send out another reminder, please come back in and have an experience with Trixie's.
Wow.
I'll tell you, I'm in the wrong business. I'm in the wrong business.
So what led you to decide to open up a shop in Uptown, which is on 42nd and University, for those of you that don't know where the Uptown store is, and then the one in Altoona, which I don't know Altoona streets, so you have to fill it in.
We work at capacity at the South Side. We're 85% to 100% booked out about 6 weeks in advance.
And how many stylists are there?
4.
Wow.
Yes, so, and we are constantly recruiting, but I'm the type of owner, I don't hire people just to have warm seats in the butt, have warm butts in the seat. So you have to, we do a vigorous, interviewing process because we want to make sure they're a right fit, and we, vice versa. This is a relationship. You are spending how many hours a week with your staff, and we do a lot of community work also. So we are with each other probably a good 55 to 60 hours a week sometimes. So it was time. And at that time also, Aveda had known our numbers with working with World Class Financial, so we could report to that. And so we started scoping out places that would be great for another Aveda salon. Again, there was nothing over on the university location. So is everybody familiar with Aveda? Okay, so you have to be asked to open up an Aveda salon. You can't just, be like, I'm gonna open up an Aveda salon. There's all kinds of criteria for you. You go through an interviewing process. I've been fortunate, I've been with them for 20 years. So it was time. We met with our Aveda rep, and at that time we knew distinctly what location we wanted to be at. So that's how Uptown worked. Altoona, actually, it was a man and woman that retired, and so we purchased a existing Aveda salon. That has been a whole learning experience, having a staff that you did not know, having a staff that was not used, they were used to their own mission and culture. So that's been a whole learning curve for us. We've had 3 people that have stayed, we've had 2 people that have left, and we wish them nothing but the best. I can honestly say, though, I'd probably never do that again. I'd probably build from the ground up, like I did with the Southside Inn with Uptown.
Sure. So you've talked a little bit about your internal team and touched on your external team. As you've grown, you mentioned having an accountant and a lawyer and working with Allegra. Talk about some of those relationships and how they've maybe evolved or changed as you've grown.
I call these people my board of directors. So these are people that I have a very, very personal relationship with. So our accountant, our lawyer, our marketing people. We work very, very closely with a company in Louisiana called I Am Marketing. They specialize in salons. They specialize in Aveda salons. So they helped us when we did some rebranding, when we opened up Trixie's Uptown with our new logo, with new menus, with new business cards. Again, you guys, it's very, very important to work with people that are specialized in your industry. I cannot tell you that enough. Work with people that are specialized in your industry. And I call them my board of directors. So whenever we've applied for a loan, as Tiffany knows too, they were listed right in our application. These are my board of directors. These are the people that you can call. These are people that I have a very working, intimate relationship with. They know me, inside and out. So if you have any questions, they're gonna know the answer to.
I don't know if all of you know this, but Tricia is the mother of 3 children, and you run 3 businesses and a nonprofit. And I just think that's amazing. How do you stay sane or motivated or all of the positive words that we all want to be?
Well, honey, I'm not sane. Yes. You know what? I call them the 3 Ps. So prayer, purpose, and a plan. Again, prayer is very, very important to me, and whether it be meditation for you, whether it be yoga, or whatever it be, having that spiritual connection to something, and having a purpose. You guys, my purpose on this earth is not to make tons of money. It isn't. And if that is your purpose, kudos to you, but that's not my purpose. My purpose is sincerely, I feel as a stylist that I can change the world. I mean, I really do. I feel that my purpose is to change the world, to make people feel better, to make people feel better about themselves. I should probably write a book, actually, because I probably know things about our guests that their family don't even know. You guys know what I'm talking about in here, too.
You could make it a part of your 5-year plan.
Oh, yes, just one more thing.
Just
Let's
add
that on there. Yes. I'll
Once
put that
you're
in
an
the
empty
planning section.
nester, maybe.
Yes. And a plan. I'm still a paper person. I write everything down. Tiffany knows too. If I don't get it all done on my list, I'm like a crazy woman. And but yeah, prayer, purpose, and a plan. So we call them the 3 Ps. And honestly, that is professionally and personally how my husband and I work our life.
Yeah, cool. Anything else you want to share before we open it up for questions? I like to reserve this time for the audience.
Again, you guys, network with each other. These are your leaders in here. These are your mentors. These are the people's brains that you want to be picking. And don't ever be afraid to ask a question, because if you are thinking it, I swear to you, someone else is thinking it too. So, there is something to be said about having the entrepreneurial spirit. There truly is nothing else like it. And you have to have it. I mean, you do. But don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to try. I come from a very, very long line of hairdressers and business owners, and one of my aunts, she never pursued it. And that's one of the things that she talks about. She regrets. She regrets not trying it. Because sincerely, what is the worst that's going to happen? You know, you might fail, but also you might learn how to do it right the second time, or maybe even the third time, because I have not by any means gotten it right the first time. By any means.
Any questions from the audience? Yeah, in the back. And we'll maybe have a mic passed around. Thanks.
No.
I'm going to repeat the question just because it's being cast. So the question was, is your nonprofit staffed, essentially, correct?
Yeah. It is all volunteer-based, and we also have a working board. A couple months ago, I did tell the board that I maybe not so much wanted to be in the every day-to-day stuff, because I love to work with the patients. So my gift is going out and providing the services and being with the patients.
Question there?
You were talking a little bit about you put people in leadership positions before they were ready.
Yes.
And that's something that I've dealt with a little bit in the last few months. Like, I am working on trying to give people the right information to make sure that they're successful. And I'm sorry, it's it's a little bit emotional, but how did you get yourself to a point where you were able to give them the right leadership so they could be successful? Because that's something that I've been struggling with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And,
being a manager is hard. I'm
It
sure
is
you're
hard.
great at it.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, honey, let those tears flow. I cry every week. I swear to you, I do, about something. You know. We haven't gotten the inventory. I'm crying.
Or on the phone, like, whose fault is this?
Yes, exactly.
Not yours.
Exactly. So no, let those tears flow. You have to get good at it, because you know what? You can't do it all. My first year, I was doing everything, and I was so wore out. In many days, what led me to delegating more is that I was thinking, why am I doing this? I'm not even enjoying this anymore. I'm sad. I'm broke. My husband and I weren't having the best of a relationship. I was having no time with my children because I was missing out on stuff. But you know what? That was my own fault. I needed to learn to delegate, but I also needed to learn the leadership skills that I knew and teach those. Whether it be through going to classes, we're very, very lucky that we have classes through Aveda, or again, having resources that are sitting right across from you, which about every 6 weeks too, we have women that come in. Annie Woods, I don't know if anybody is familiar with Annie from Fem City. She just came in and did a whole talk for us on leadership. Again, there's so many resources. I'm a resource with you too. We can get together for whiskey and talk about those classes, and knowing in your mind also who you want to have as a leader, because not everybody is made out to be leaders. Not everybody is made out to be leadership, but I'm okay with giving them a try. And you're going to know within the 4 to 5 months if it's working or not. Also, but it goes back to resources. And you have a beautiful lady sitting right across from you. I'd be hiring her right now. Put down a deposit.
Thanks for asking.
Yes, great question.
I would love to hear about a day in the life of Tricia. Like, do you have a morning routine? Tell me about your typical day.
I do. I get up at 5:30 and I walk down at Gray's. I come back and I usually say my rosary, and then I'll read a book right now. Right now I'm reading You're a Badass. Yep, and I love it. I love it. I'm usually reading something on entrepreneurial, and then I'm reading something, as my husband calls, smut. So I'm always reading.
Or somewhere in between.
Yes. Oh gosh, that'd be fantastic.
That's your genre.
The naughty boss man.
Yeah.
Yes. Something funny. Maybe that's what I should write.
Yeah.
Yes. The naughty stylist.
Love it.
But and then getting my children up and ready for school. So, but no, I do have a routine because I am a very routine person. I'm a very routine person. Mondays, I'm in Altoona. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm at the South Side, still doing hair. I'm behind the chair. That's another thing. I would never ask my staff to not do something that I would be willing to do myself. I will always be doing hair, even if it's 1 to 2 guests a day, because you have to be in the trenches with your staff. And I love it anyways. I do. It's who I am. And then Wednesdays, I'm over at Uptown. Fridays and Saturday and Sunday, those are for my family. Those are for my family. Those are for my husband, and those are for my children. And you learn that quickly, you guys, when you're talking about divorce with your husband because you opened up your own business. Oh, hell no. That's not worth it. It is not worth it. We're doing something wrong. I'm communicating something wrong. You're communicating something wrong. We're doing something wrong here. We need to get counseling, or we need to sit down and work out a different plan. But that was my fault too, because I wasn't including him. Again, I was being a control freak and trying to do it all myself. And as soon as I let some of that go with my staff, with my leaders, with my husband, it completely changed who I was as a leader and as an owner.
One last question? Or we'll take 2. Go ahead.
Yes, since you've experienced hiring staff and then getting into a business that already had staff, can you tell us about how you dealt with the discovery that they possibly were not a good fit, and how you handled that to either make them a better fit or move on?
They learned quickly that they were not the right fit for us. It is how it was. There wasn't much structure. It was a completely different atmosphere. It wasn't a team atmosphere, and no one to blame for that. It just is what it was. And within the first few weeks, we knew that the relationship was not going to work. Nor did they want to try to acclimate to what Trixie's mission and culture was. And again, that's okay. That's okay. We wish them the best of luck, and they wished us the best of luck. But yeah, I think you learn that quickly. You do. You learn that quickly. And it would have been different because the staff that did decide to stay, they were ready for a change. They wanted a change. They want to be successful, not only behind the chair, but they want to make an impact in the community. Again, that's our mission and our culture at Trixie's. It's not all about money. It's about what we are doing in this world. And not everybody is on the same alignment with that. And if you're not, then you're not the right fit for Trixie's. Did that answer that?
Last question here.
Okay. What is your strategy for generating word of mouth? The most effective marketing, how do you're opening a first location, you open new locations. How do you get the customers in the door? What's the most successful?
Right now, it's Instagram for us. And what I love about Instagram, you guys, is and Facebook, you can check all the analytics. Do not invest in something that you cannot measure. If you cannot measure it, do not invest in it. Whether it be paper, if you want to track it all, that's great. But have something that you can check analytics. Facebook and Instagram are the 2 best things for that right now, or the direct mailer. And again, if you want that information with Amy, always have something that you can track. What is your return on investment? And I learned that the hard way. So take it from me, girl. I know what I'm talking about.
I love it. Well, Tricia, thank you so much for your time today and the information.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. You guys know where to find Trixie's online, on Facebook, on Instagram. I highly recommend signing up for their emails because they're actually worth reading, especially if you're in need of some product or a hair style or cut. There are some handouts from the Iowa Center on your tables. I'll reference them super quick because our parking's about to expire. The Network Marketing Panel is our next event. It's September 19th at the Iowa Center. We are out in Clive on University and 83rd Street. Also, the next First Friday is October 1st, or is it 1st? No, 3rd? 3rd, yes. I don't know. It's in a flyer. The first Friday of October, I shouldn't try and guess dates, is at the Iowa Center, and we'll hear from Rachel Eubank of Styx. In addition, we have a speed coaching event that we're super excited about that's going to be at Gravitate in Valley Junction on October 3rd. We have a lot of events. Check out the calendar, take the packet with you, but you're awesome. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming.
Oh, and I need your eval forms. That was what I was going to say. I passed those out. If you can fill them out, you can just leave them on the table or hand them to Claire at the door. Have an awesome Labor Day weekend. Be safe.